comedian goes by the name of Emily Syrja.
It's a girl. Couldn't have been assigned a better time to go in the lineup, right? Gotta tell Will and Craig that my slutty sea monster vagina is really happy to be here. I started an online dating experiment, and when I say experiment, I mean to say that I created an OkCupid account out of a profound sense of loneliness and desperation. And there's a lot of the same types of people that you see over and over again, same types of dudes mostly. And I'd like to say first that I do have an appreciation for the ladies, but I don't really have any jokes about them in my act, because you know how women are. They're just so decent to me. This is the internet. I came here to be degraded by anonymous strangers. Please take your respect and genuine interest out the door. But I think the type of dude that I see the most often, or at least that's the most perplexing, is the aggressively forward dude. Makes no bones about what he's doing there. Maybe one, but and the first time you get a message like this, you get just like, nice tits, wanna fuck? And the first time you get something like that, it's a little bit shocking, but you get desensitized to it very quickly. And so you get used to it. And I started to think, after a while, you're like, well, you know, at least he's honest. We're all here for the same thing. He's not lying. So you make the mistake, you do go check out his profile, and oh boy. He's got a beard on his neck, but not on his face. His introductory paragraph is a list of his favorite positions, and he's very creatively added the number 69 to the end of his username. And the beginning, in case you weren't sure what he was here for. But honestly, a lot of the people there are pretty great. And the nice people make me realize that how undesirable I am and how unfit for a relationship. So I'll get a nice message from a dude, cheesy but nice. Hey beautiful, what is a girl like you doing on a site like this? Well, actually, I find the complexity of the match algorithm extremely fascinating, especially its implications for sociological research in the digital age. You don't hear from that guy again. This is, I feel comfortable saying, this is my first time. This is my first comedy performance. And I got some tips from a friend who does comedy. He said, you should just try to do something that's really relatable, something that everybody's experienced, and try to make that witty observation that they've made in the back of their mind but haven't been able to articulate yet. And I was like, I don't know, man, that's not really my thing. I kind of just like to talk about my slutty sea monster vagina. But I decided I'd go for it, for that friend. So, you know how you're about to go through a door, but in front of you, about 6 to 10 feet in front of you, is somebody who also is going to go through that door, and they hold that door open for you, but it's a little too far distance, and you're kind of in the way, and you're like, I have a great future as an observational comic. You know, when you're leaving your apartment complex, and instead of salt, they've tried to de-ice the ground with those little blue chemical crystals, and you get so distracted looking at these crystals and thinking about your predictions for the premiere of Breaking Bad But you slip on the ice anyway and sprain your ankle. You know that. Everybody knows that feeling. You know when you're on an 8 to 9 hour transcontinental flight and you hate using the bathrooms on the airplane, so you wait as long as humanly possible. Then you, the very last second, you run to the bathroom, you immediately sit down and start doing your thing without realizing that somebody before you had thought it would be really funny to put some saran wrap over the little hole of that little space-age toilet. And you make a mess of yourself, and you can't really clean it up in the tiny space-age sink they've got in those airplanes. So you just gotta pull up your pants, go back to your seat, play a game of Travel Scrabble with your best friend, not answer any of your questions about why you smell like her little sister, for the next 6 hours. High school trip to France. We all know that feeling. You know when you decide to go off your meds cold turkey, and you realize that this marathon of toddlers and tiaras is the most important thing that has ever happened to you. And you ignore any questions from your friends and family as to whether you're okay. Instead, a better course of action, you realize, would be to remove all of your clothing, shotgun the can of original Formula 4 Loco that you've been saving in the back of your freezer for the last year and a half, run outside in the snow, bury your face, and say, "I am the ultimate Grand Supreme." We've all been there. Thank you very much.
Funny, she dresses well when she watches Breaking Bad, and she's on meds. I think I'm in love. It's not just me, right guys? Right guys? That's right, yeah.